Attorney not here today?
Oh. The attorney is here. Is he supposed to?
Sorry. Unless you want to just pull up a seat. Amir, is this your phone?
Ready when you are, Mayor?
Should we start?
Yeah, we could start, and then if it's 5 minutes, it'll be before voting.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna get started then. So, I call this meeting of Hamtramck City Council to order. Today is March 28th, 2023, and it's 6:06 p.m. Would the clerk call the rules, please?
Mr. Mayor,
He's on,
With-
he's,
but without the quorum, how are you gonna start it?
Start. No.
You cannot start it without the quorum.
can't vote without a quorum.
Huh? We're just gonna have to hold it out. Yeah,
Naeem's on his way, but it's running late. Hassan's not coming.
he's coming, but I swear, it's just, please.
We can wait, I mean, that's okay. It's 5 minutes already past.
So we may have to reorder it.
That's what I thought, that's what we did last time. We started, remember, we have short,
Mr. Mayor, our city attorney is saying that we can get rolling.
We just can't do anything to vote on, so we
Right.
can do the public comment, and then after that, we can take a brief recess while,
if you have any report, we can go.
Okay,
I mean, he's on his way, he should be here soon, and if
That's what he said on the text, but
Yeah,
it's
so
5 minutes
we already
late, but
started at 6:06, so I'll just do the roll call if that's okay with you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, please.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury is, well, Councilman Mahmoud,
yes, ma'am.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan is not here, Councilman Rafai is not here, Mr. Mayor present, pending quorum.
All right, let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so do we have any community announcements?
Nobody
Sure.
say anything.
Councilman Chaudhry maybe had one, but he's not there.
He got the invite yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, if Naeem was here, he would mention the iftar on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so I guess any other announcements?
I can start with public comment.
All right,
I'm gonna start with the email from Khalid this morning. Good evening, Mayor, colleagues, and Hamtramck residents. I hope everyone is doing well. In regards to new business, Resolution 2340, it's important to continue with the agreement, as our city has been receiving calls or complaints regarding dogs, cats, and other animals wandering in our city without a pet handler or owner. It is important important to take care of these animals, and the Michigan Humane Society is a facility to help keep these animals in a good shelter. Regarding Resolution 2341, I'm glad that Mr. Jawani has decided to purchase this property and is willing to develop this parcel. I want to thank him for purchasing this lot and willing to continue living in our city and not move like others. I'm glad that the city's empty parcels are purchased and developed by residents because they love this city. Resolution 2342, I know my colleagues will approve this resolution. It's been able time receiving this grant. Many of us know renovating a stadium bathroom is important. They have been neglected for decades. It's important to have a bathroom facility in our parks. I want to thank Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence for helping our city to receive this grant. Resolution 2344, I agree on this resolution letter of support for Hamtramck Parks Conservancy Board to search and write grants that might benefit our city and residents. Thank you, Rana, for your hard work. Thank you, Mayor, Council, and City Administration. You know, I add that, thank you, Rana, for your hard work. I'm joking, it's his email. I just paid him $5 to write that. I'm kidding. Thank you to those who attend tonight's council meeting. Message to my constituents, please email me with your concerns and complaints. Much appreciated. Good night, God bless. Please stay safe and warm. Your council member, Khalil Rafai. All right, I have Mr. Nasser Hussain. 3 minutes, sir. Can you please push the button on the mic? If you don't mind? Thank you.
I think you should give Khalil an ultimatum. He's a friend of mine, but this thing is not reflects good on the city. You know, he's been absent for like 5 meetings. He's traveling, so he has to come soon or declare his seat vacant and appoint Lynch. He's here all the time. Even the resolution you did, it didn't make any sense. It's just an open-ended resolution. He can stay for till his term is over. The parking contract, I don't have the exact number from the budget report. The increase in fines was like 600,000. Half of it goes to the parking company and half goes to the city. So the city gets maybe 300,000, and you spent 800,000 on the system. So you're losing, if the numbers are correct, I hope the city provides a correct number, you're losing 500,000 on the parking contract. If this is the case, then it's just pay them 300,000 to run the system and let us fix it, like allow more grace period, more time and everything. This way you'll save 200,000. So I wish the city provide you with exact breakdown, how much money we're getting and how much money we're spending on the parking. If we're losing so much money on it, it doesn't make any sense to keep having this system. It has to be fixed. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Yeah, go.
Just to touch on that.
Councilman is here.
We're
Yeah,
not
they put up-
losing money on it. You're not seeing it because it's coming in through fines and forfeitures through the actual courts. We do have a breakdown on it. We were trying to wait a little bit to get through the budget portion of this before we got our controller and our finance up to speed. But I fully intend to, at some point, be bringing that before council to show the cost benefit or whatnot of it. So, but we're not in that 100%.
Ms. Blasey?
Councilman Naim is here, so we got our quorum.
Hello, Mayor and Council. First, I'd like to comment on my bicycle ride here. I saw one other person using the bike lanes between Alice and Holbrook, and 3 cars parked in them, one car driving.
I'm sorry,
through
point of
the-
order. I think that we were supposed to have, I'm sorry,
sorry.
you'll get your minutes.
Okay.
When my name took his seat, we have to do an addition to the roll call at the time that he took his seat, so because we achieved a quorum.
Okay.
So I don't know what time exactly that was,
It's
1 minute ago.
6:12.
So, and
So,
then-
do I just say his name and he says here?
yeah.
Councilman Chowdhury?
Here.
Welcome.
And then whatever time I just took away from.
Oh, I paused that.
Perfect.
They start.
Go for
It's
it.
fine, it's a short meeting. So I just wanted to comment and give an update that every time I've used the bike lanes, I see other bicyclists using it. Just wanted to let you know that. And regarding the agenda today, I am really excited to welcome Jessica Donnelly to the Arts and Culture Commission. She's played a very instrumental role in supporting us over the years, so it'll be great to have her on board as an official commissioner with us. And I just wanted to point out to the community that, in the consent agenda, that the language, going on the, ballot regarding raises for mayor, mayor pro tem and council, is going to be edited. And so I just wanted the community to know that. Resolution 2023-40, I do support, this resolution. I think it's really important that we have a relationship with the Humane Society to take animals to. I, am curious why we chose, emergency vet in Madison Heights. So I hope when the discussion around that topic, just some clarification of why, somewhere a little bit far away in the suburbs is where we've chosen to partner. Resolution 2023-41, I think this is great that someone was able to buy one of the properties. And I think this, really opens up the door to more neighbors purchasing the vacant lots behind, next to them. Cause based on the, site plans, it looks like they bought the land to build an addition on their home. And so I just think that's important that the community can know that, cause I'm not sure, that was super clear. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a brand new house from scratch. It can be an addition to an existing property through that same program with the city. And then regarding resolutions 2023-42 and 44, I absolutely support these. I'm really excited, to see more money coming in towards the development of our, Veterans Park area, including the restrooms, including the playscapes, and our ongoing partnership with the Hamtramck Parks Conservancy to move those projects forward. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Mr. Bill Meyer?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Bill Meyer from One Hamtramck. I'm so excited to see some sort of civil discourse go on when actually our city manager actually responded to a concern from the audience right away without waiting to go to his office and make an appointment and all that. This is a way we should help each other. I remember a meeting once years ago when Al Ghazali was chairing it for the one or two times he got to, and he actually sat there and let everybody talk to each other. It was like more things got done in that night than all the other meetings before. With the gavel, shut up, you only got 2 minutes and all that sort of stuff. So anyways, I didn't have to say that, I'm sorry about that. Happy Ramadan to our Muslim friends. And welcome back to Abu Musa at the end of the table there. Nice seeing you again. I hope you talk more than you did last time you were on the council.
I'll let you to talk.
Good.
Thank
I'll be waiting to hear you. And, well, I got that on my note right here. And next, I want to congratulate whoever gave Greg a chair.
I even put it
Oh, you
together
did it.
this morning.
I almost brought it today, I forgot to bring one, but good, that's cool. Thank you so much, Greg, for filming the meetings. It's so much easier to see the films when he did. We get right on Rana's face right there and see everywhere. So,
My favorite part of city council.
yeah, I know. So anyway, so just want to say that One Hamtramck is starting to revive itself again. And we have several projects we're trying to get back to. One is the Yemen Park project in front of the mural that we put up 13 years ago. And 13 years ago?
Yeah, not 13 years.
No, 10
No,
years
not
ago.
13
10
years ago.
10.
Forget.
And so we're working on putting a park in that area there. Now, things have come up since then, and this is another great reason why I'm not really excited about the Joe Louis Greenway and the bicycle routes that 2 people take. So Lynn and someone else you saw on the bike road, that's good. Okay, I saw 5,000 cars go by while you were riding one bicycle. No, it's bad. That is such a mistake, that Greenway. You've got to find another route for that. You take it away from the business. There's been so many ways that you've destroyed, not you, but the city has destroyed parking in our business section, our main business. Years ago, they put in these bump outs, you know, those things that go out and take the trees. I love trees, you know. But took out 42 parking spots downtown. And then we had the fiasco with the parking lot, with the parking meters, and they lost another business all over the place. Can I get another minute?
Yes,
Yes, you
Okay.
do.
And so, part 2, we lost all that. Now we get a bike lane. What the heck? We're gonna wipe out all the parking spaces. Let's get them all out of there and let the people park in Highland Park and take a bus over here to go shopping. That'd be good. I don't know, you guys, not you, but the city just doesn't seem to figure this out about parking. It's primary. Parking is primary, not bicycles. at this point. I mean, I love bicycles, I have one too, and I'm glad to go riding with Lynn whenever she wants. But we're gonna work on that. The other problem is that this Yemen Park is critical now, because that's where parking spaces are, and we're gonna take up parking spaces to put a park in there. Now, we have to have places for parking for cars, because the car spaces are taken up by the bike route. So it's affecting our mural project, because I feel bad putting up a park for people to enjoy a park when they could use parking spaces there, so think about that. I mean, we're paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Okay, so, the other project we're working on is a historical marker for Elijah Muhammad's family grew up here in the city of Hamtramck. I don't know if many of you are aware of that, but we're gonna try to find, we know where the house is, and try to work it out and have some sort of plaque put up, historical marker for that historical event that's building in the city.
3,
2, 1.
1. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, that's all for public comment.
Okay, thank you. We'll move to the consent agenda. The first one is approval of minutes from the March 21st, 2023 special council meeting. B, approval of invoice register date ending March 28, 2022. C, resolution 2023-39, mayor appointment and council confirmation of member to the Arts and Culture Commission, Jessica Donnelly. D, resolution 2023-24B, approving an obsolete property rehabilitation exemption certificate application under PA 146 of 2000 as amended for Shalman Silk Shop LLC located at 9350 Joseph Campo. E, resolution 2023-43 to rescind ballot proposal pending review of modified language by Attorney General Office. Can I get a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No objections? All right. So we'll move to the,
Actually, can I swear in Jessica?
oh yeah, you can.
Let her swear in first.
You can stand at the podium. Right hand up. I state your name.
I, Jessica Donnelly,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I'll faithfully discharge
the duties of the Arts and Culture Commission
the duties of the Arts and Culture Commission
of the City of Hamtramck
of the City of Hamtramck
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can sign that line.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, congratulations. We'll move to the new business. And we have resolution 2023-40, approval animal sheltering agreement with Michigan Human Society.
Not the public hearing.
No, there is no public hearing.
Okay.
Can I get a motion?
I'd like to make an offer.
I'll second.
Second.
All right. Discussion, or you wanna,
Mr. Mayor, Chief's here to talk about that.
oh,
Also know the police department's for.
Good evening, and happy Ramadan to all of you.
Thank you.
So we've had an agreement with the Michigan Humane Society to shelter our animals, care for them for quite a number of years. And every year when the contract comes up, they look it over, they make changes, they see how they are doing financially and things like that to support that program. They did have to make some changes this year, some that were a little surprising and sudden to us. The major change was to no longer handle emergency cases as they came in. It used to be that we would take an animal that needed, if it, had some injuries and things like that, that we could call, I should say after hours, when we would take the animal in, they would call in an emergency vet that would come in and stabilize the animal. They're no longer able to support that. So we had to find an emergency vet that was willing to do that for us. A question came up about why Madison Heights. Did some research on it, tried to find one that was close to Hamtramck, but also one that my colleagues were using in other communities. It's also an emergency vet that was willing to invoice the city as opposed to making somebody have to make a payment immediately, and that was obviously huge for us. So they were willing to invoice the city. Basically, they will stabilize the animal. before it can be transported back to the Michigan Humane Society. If they have to make a decision to do something further, such as euthanize the animal, they will do that as well. This is at cost to the city, depending on the services. We will do every attempt we can to find an owner. If it's a, you know, an animal and an owner can come forward, then the owner would be responsible for those costs. But if it's a stray or something, you know, we have to be humane in our treatment to animals, so this is what we have to do. So that was the major change in the agreement. So we did, like I said, it's pretty much just an application. There is no contract for the the Veterinary Emergency Services out of Madison Heights. It was basically just filling out an application along with that, and then we will sign the animal sheltering agreement if you approve both.
And we've also budgeted accordingly.
Yes, correct, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more discussion?
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury,
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2340 approved.
Thank you. Next one is resolution 2023-41, authorization to enter an agreement for the development of sale of 3269 Jacob Street to Jamal Izzi Jawani.
I'll make an offer. Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I have Alessandro with CED here, so just give a quick overview.
All right.
Hello, happy Ramadan, and thank you for allowing me to present here. So yes, we have 3269 Jacob is one of our more recently updated lots into our lot sale program. We've had a few lots that we've had to deal with some paperwork on the back end and are now updating, and kind of what Lynn was speaking to, our goal has been mainly for residents to purchase these lots, and our campaign towards lots that we update into our system is to send encroachment letters to the next door neighbors of each lot, so that if they are intended to purchase the lot, they can before we send it out to the public. So that's what we're here. Yeah, so the goal is, here the applicant Jamal Jawani's goal is to build an addition to his current house at 3265 Jacob, which it would extend the residential footprint of the home, which is the goal of the lot sale, is to extend our residential footprints. We've had a lot of applicants come in asking for building a garage or building a garden, even though that's great and we need more parking areas. The goal of this lot sale is for residential footprint, as we do have a housing crisis here and we're running out of housing. So yes, so there's a sunroom addition with a balcony, and he has been a steward of this lot for the last several years, taking care of it over and over, and now it's his chance to develop it and stay in the city, as his intentions were maybe of leaving, and now this is a reason for him to stay here and run his business here on Kniff. So asking council to pass this resolution and approve this sale. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any more discussion? Any questions?
I have a question. Did anyone else show interest on this property?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you.
So I think it's worth mentioning to the applicants that when they renovate a house or build a new house or new section of the house, that the tax goes up. I was reached by that same person who came to you, Mr. City Manager, that he built a new house and was surprised that his tax was $19,000. And just yesterday they reached out to me. They thought that we should have told them in the beginning. I think everybody knows when you build a new house that the tax will go up. But they acted like they didn't know it will go that high, and they think they can't afford it now, but the house is built and it's a new huge house. So we said that the city will do, what we could to help you, but that's the rule. New house, the tax will go up. I don't know, how do you calculate the tax? There's based on proposal A.
Mr. Mayor, it went up 19,000, is it?
Yeah, I was surprised.
That's surprise, 19,000.
It's a very expensive house. However, with that said.
Which one, the houses?
We have met with them and we think he's gonna get significant relief.
Okay,
Okay.
that would help because
Do you have
It
any
was,
idea how many square feet the
It's a
house?
beautiful, very, very
There.
big house.
they took 2 lots and built a huge house.
In-house.
This is
in Gibson or what you want?
Somewhere in
Belmont?
Nagel Street, I think.
Oh,
Nagel.
this is for
Aziz.
Aziz, yeah. But this is, oh, they go up to 19.
19,000, which is a huge house. I mean, it's too much to me, but
Anyone that is in Hamtramck.
Twice mine.
yeah.
Yeah, 3
I-
times.
Oh, I know, I know.
So,
But it's good information, Mayor. that
Yeah, I
you
mean,
are
I-
addressing that, you know,
they
the-
should know.
the
Yeah,
rate,
another
yeah.
person built the second floor and didn't know that his tax will go up, and he was surprised. But I mean, it's part of it is they should research before, and we should educate the residents when they come like this, you know.
Right.
But I'm not trying to scare you. It's not going to go up to 19,000.
Now run away.
But
Mr.
it-
Mayor,
it's-
in that case, as a council, we don't know always what people are doing, they're remodeling their houses. So can you ask building department to make sure, mention to the people when they come and apply that your tax may get increased?
Mayberry, yeah, tax Mayberry.
I mean,
Should be the realtors actually selling them, they're warning them and they're not.
but when they're pulling the permit to remodeling their houses, can we do that so we don't get blamed for it?
The building permit has nothing to do with taxes, you're mixing two departments.
Only the
I'm just
assistant.
We try to
Only the
educate
assistant.
as much as we can as a city, and we try to also guide as much as we can after the fact and help them and show them what they can and can't do, all the way down to the fact where our assessors will make an appointment to walk through the house to try and check off as much as they can. So we really do everything we can.
Thank you. Well, I mean, as I said last meeting, that first of all, we got this city as a leftover city from other people. And we increasing, people investing money, we need to show them some love or some sort of support from our city and council. So people willing to invest money to our city and, you know, make the improvement and look the city, you know, the way we all looking for look. So,
All right, thank you. I can call the rules.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud,
yes, ma'am.
Councilman Chowdhury.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2023-41 approved.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Oh,
All right, the next one is Resolution 2023-42, acceptance of the FY 2022 Community Project Funding Grant.
Make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Mayor, this is one of the grants for the Veterans Park bathrooms. Seen them before, we'll continue to see this.
Yeah.
Just going through the motions on it, trying to get all the paperwork and everything done. So just asking council to accept $653,000.
Sure.
We okay with that?
Yeah.
650.
I know, yeah.
Okay, Councilman Chowdhury,
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2023-42 approved.
Thank you. Next one is Resolution 2023-44, supporting the Hamtramck Park Conservancy application for grants and improvement to Veteran Park and historic Hamtramck Stadium.
I'll make an offer again.
It's your night.
Second.
It's your night.
Sure.
All right.
That's what you get for coming in late.
Really?
All right.
We got a second?
Vote.
Yeah, you wanna?
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I got Conrad here, assessor, but also chair of the Parks Conservancy, to
Yes.
explain.
So included in the packet, there's the Kaboom, the children's playscape. It's a $450,000 playscape that's gonna be installed this summer just south of Keyworth in that triangular portion. There is no design for that just yet. We're gonna have some workshops in mid to late April, early May. The playscape is actually designed by children and families of Hamtramck. So the design will be created by the Hamtramck children and families to what's gonna go in there. So we're working with GM, there's a whole Kaboom project that's going in that one, so I'd love to give you guys some designs, but it's gonna be up to those people who show up there. The other thing, there's an outdoor workout facility that we're gonna be installing. Just, the initial idea right now is just west of the baseball stadium, west of that, in a little soccer area we have over there where the beach volleyball courts are, is to replace that with an outdoor workout facility and,
Nice.
section over there. It's underutilized and it'll upgrade that area as well. We're also planning, working with the Friends of Hamtramck Historic Stadium to install a fence, redo the infield, and install a scoreboard for the historic stadium to increase and try to get more games and venues in there as well. We're also working on a few additional grants that I hope that will be able to come to you guys as well. And again, this would be at no cost to the city. The Parks Conservancy is picking up the additional cost that comes out here. So the Kaboom grant was already awarded, the Fitness Center grant was already awarded. We're picking up all the matching grants and the additional funding for it as well. So this would be at no cost to the city.
Nice.
Good job. Thank you.
All right,
Can we need to ask him question for some?
you wanna ask?
For question, for different spot, not for that one, for the taxes.
For the tax,
Yes.
this is the Hamtramck
I know, for
Conservancy.
Hamtramck
He
Park.
has- he wanna
I
ask
said,
the
we want
question
to ask
for
for
different-
different spot, not for that one.
For a different part?
Yeah.
What's the question?
Yeah, for the tax, for the increased taxes for the property. We need to look how we gonna fix that one when people, they built the new houses, they go up.
So that's off topic.
Yeah, that's when we want to ask him some
Yeah, so
question,
no.
we need to ask him.
That's-
So,
no.
so the Parks Conservancy, councilman, which is eventually intended to take over the full management of Veterans Park and Keyworth Stadium and all the surrounding there, is a nonprofit that was established that the city's part of, the school's part of, DCFC's part of.
In the addition, DCFC and the Friends of Hamtramck Historic Stadium.
Yes, and it's funded, by very large foundations, and all this money is not at the taxpayer's expense. I mean, the money going into the park is from these large grants from huge billion-dollar foundations. It just, at their expense, we're not paying for anything of it, so it's all gonna be improved.
That wasn't his question. His question was off
I guess
topic.
ask him different question,
It was
not
regarding
for
the
the,
last
not for
resolution.
Hamtramck Park.
So because we're on this, we
Yeah,
can't
we can't,
discuss
that's
outside.
why I'm saying it's off
so.
topic.
Yeah, they guess we ask
That's
the
why I asked him
mayor.
to ask a
When
question.
you have
When you
your
comment?
announcements at the end, I
Yeah.
will bring it up then.
Okay.
Report, yeah, when you get to the report.
Can we vote?
Yes, go ahead.
Councilman Chowdhury?
Yes.
Councilman Musa?
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri?
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2344 approved.
Thank you. All right, we're done. We move to the reports, and I'll start with my report. And these reports intends to just show the public what we do during, between meetings and what activities do we do. So over the past week, we didn't have much. We had probably the most important meeting we had was with Wayne County officials. Hassan Sheikh, the Director of Development and Economic Development, and Adi Fakhouri, the Deputy Executive of Wayne County, and Mr. Derek Lodridge. I think he's the Director of External Affairs. So we discussed some issues that matters to Hamtramck, including the future and the fate of Dickerson Jail. We had a long meeting talking about this, and it seems like Wayne County don't know what they're gonna do with this facility. And so we didn't have the answer of whether they're gonna, move it this year or not. But we still got paid this year, 1.3 million from Wayne County. So we have the priority to decide what we're gonna do with this facility. Whether we should switch it into housing complex or sell it to, Factory Zero or change it to something else. We are working on that, and they need an answer from us, but we also need an answer from them. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna stop operating this facility or not? And we discussed so many opportunities to get grants from Wayne County. It was a long meeting, almost like an hour and a half. So that was probably the most important event I had last week. I had some interviews with some international medias. There's two from Indonesia that visited our city hall, one TRT from Turkey, and another Yemeni media, and I'll have another one on Friday. So it's a lot of our city is making like international news all over, positive ones. And so that's basically what most of my activities, besides fasting Ramadan and staying home, trying not to go to different events this year, unless it's very important, like Councilman Chowdhury's next events next Sunday.
Yes.
We cannot avoid that one.
Thank you for bringing this up.
That's it. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem is not here, so City Council report. Anyone wants to say something? Go ahead.
I don't,
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
Adrian?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You wanna start?
Well,
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. Thank you for saying that. This is a blessing month and reciting Quran and disciplinary month for Muslim around the world. First, I'd like to thank someone who decided to give us a card as a CEM, or appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. It's gonna be for the iftar, the dates and chocolate bar. Thank you again. Yes, so this coming Sunday, April 2nd, we would like to cordially invite you to all to our iftar dinner at Gates of Columbus at 6:30, around 7. We break our fast at 7:58, but we'll have discussions, and a scholar will be discussing what is Ramadan, what is fasting. One of the young men will be speaking. So it'll be wonderful to join us. We would grateful to you and appreciate it. And I think the month is going too fast. It's already the 4th days of fasting. Days goes fast. What you determine on your mind. Six, if I'm mistaken. I don't even know. It's going fast. But I'm loving it because it brings my family together. So we do the dinner at that time. Come. And usually I can't get a time to go to home and eat dinner with them. But this brings my family together, and I'm very blessed and, feel great with spending time with my families. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Anyone?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna say thank you everyone that we show up today. And Lady Gaska, congratulations for Plan Commission. And that's what we want as the city manager for the assistant, how to fix the property, the increase. When people, they built the new houses, like 2,000 square feet, the big house. Oh, not 2,000, maybe down. It's not gonna go over 7,000, 8,000. When we go somewhere, Dearborn or Sterling Heights or Warren, it's not gonna go 10,000. The value is different. We need to fix this issue. We need to leave it like that one. Figure it out. That's we want the people to come to Hamtramck to build the new houses. Not when people they build the new houses and one day they're gonna get the taxes like 20,000. I hear some people they buy from Canton, they built a house and they have 2 acres. The taxes like almost 12,000. We need to help the people. We need the people that come to Hamtramck to build the new houses. Please to figure it out.
Thank you.
And some happening for the bicycle. I received many calls, some accident, and South Yusuf Cambo. We need to fix this issue fast. We don't need to leave it like that one.
Good
And
afternoon.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor,
Yes,
good afternoon, Council,
Councilman.
and audience. Thank you to be here this afternoon. I have a couple residents. I was working last couple days in Josecampo. They have a question, and I don't have the answer for this. Last Christmas time, I was shopping in Josecampo also. The meter was not, you don't have to pay for the meter. I'm not sure city take care of this or somebody take care of this. But this city is a holy month of Ramadan. A lot of people shopping around. My question is there, do you have any intensive going on for next couple of weeks? We can stop the meter for Josecampo in the downtown area.
Go on, answer.
Okay. So the short answer is, for a cost, yes. We're under contract with the company. It's quite a high cost actually to do that. But yeah, I mean, anything's possible for a price. It was significant when we looked into it. Councilman Chowdhury actually initiated it a few weeks back, and we researched it, and it was pretty cost prohibitive. The reason that the Christmas month is carved out is because historically, that's what the city had been doing for ages. And when this contract originally got negotiated, all the holidays that traditionally the DDA and the city had were built into it. We subsequently did add the Eids in there, but not for the whole month. That is certainly something that we would like to do. I mean, council has expressed that. And it's certainly on our agenda for when we eventually renegotiate that. But right now, it's quite cost prohibitive, and I'm more than happy to talk to you offline, but, you know, it's whatever the council's will is, but like I said, it's pretty expensive.
So we have a solution for that problem. We actually discussed in the DDA, and we agreed in the DDA that starting next year, that whole month of December should be split, 2 weeks in December, 2 weeks in Ramadan, and that way we accommodate both holiday seasons for the residents of our city without additional cost to the city. I think it's a good idea, starting from next year, that we should start December 15 until January, the beginning of January, and then from Ramadan 15 until the Eid day.
So I can't speak for the company that we're contracted with. I suspect they probably will be okay with that, but I cannot say definitively that they will, because we technically are under contract. But I will 100% reach out to them if that's the council's will to do, to see if they're amenable to that. My inclination is they probably will do it.
Yeah, it's still the same period, you know, length of time, a month and a few days maybe. So it's not gonna cost them anything. Hopefully we can negotiate with them.
I'll be
about that.
surprised if they don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right,
So,
so,
I'm sorry, I know I passed my time here, but
No,
can I just
it's
quick
okay.
30 seconds?
yes,
Can you
go
get a like whole month of revenue, how much city making and how much the company is making?
ahead. Yeah,
I mean,
From the meters?
from the meters. And because since we're getting a lot of complaint, maybe we can negotiate with our business owners if they come up with some, you know, you never know. Some owners said we'll contribute some money and get over with. Maybe we can negotiate with them somehow, something in the near future. I don't see a whole lot of people parking on the meters, and it's just a waste of plates. I mean, not utilizing.
So the penalties overall are pretty high to get out of that contract. We certainly can give mayor and council, you know, an update on what the costs and the income, basically laid out for you. As I stated earlier, I was pretty much waiting for our controller and our finance team to start getting up to speed on things, especially going into budget season here before I push that on them. But we actually just last week met with MPS in an attempt to get our controller and our finance team up to speed on it. So once we get past the budget, my intent is to be able to start presenting some of those numbers. But we are aware of it. We know what's going on. We're not losing money. But like I said, you know, and this will be up to council to make these decisions on, but it would be a significant penalty to get out of it. We're roughly, I'd say, 3.5 more years to go.
When we lawsuit settling with $1 million for, you know, they're convenient, and if our like residents get relief for make those kinds of deal, I think it's not a bad idea, but we need to come up with.
But that $1 million suit is still going to be paid by the residents themselves,
Taxpayers.
you know, so it's the taxpayers going to pay for it. I think, what Matt said earlier, we will try and negotiate with, MTS, and I think that's a great idea, that you've just. given-
Splitting those days,
Yeah,
yes.
splitting the months, you know.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
a bad-
don't see them, you know, objecting to it. So let's first work on that, and let's first, you know, try, and then see how we can extend that time. You know, that should be our second step.
That's
As
the
first
best
step,
way.
Let's work on this.
okay.
So
That's the best way.
not that anyone wants to wait the full contract, but assuming we get to that point, we're gonna be in a very strong position to negotiate, considering at that point, all the equipment will be installed, and the company's gonna be eager to keep it in place. So we will be able to dictate our terms pretty well at that point.
All right, and there is now negotiation going on with Royal Oak, I think. So we should be
Well, that's a-
watching, observing what's gonna happen. Whatever they do for Royal Oak, they have to do it for Hamtramck.
Yes.
But we are certainly watching, and over the past year or so, we have actually been in contact with Royal Oak. So the communication is open there, so Royal Oak has a lot more money than
More
us.
money than us.
So we're waiting to see what they do,
Yeah.
to see perhaps what maybe we can do.
Yeah.
All right, so, now we move to city manager report, if you have any.
One of the public comments was in regards to the Greenway today. That is not fallen on deaf ears. We are actively working on that. As I reported prior, we did meet with the business owners some weeks ago. Subsequently to that, we have met with Detroit's Greenway team. We've met with MDOT, we've met with SEMCOG, our own people, and as you know, Mr. Mayor, we intend upon setting up a meeting with yourself and a few council members, our contractor, and multiple internal department heads to try and get a plan moving forward. It's not an easy fix. It's about a $400,000 grant that was installed under. It's not something we can just rip out without having a very large penalty. But we're gonna see what we can and can't do, and hopefully we can get a plan together for that. In the interim, there are some signs that have went up already over there around the businesses, but some more are still ordered and we're waiting for them. In the end, we hope to have all the 30-minute parking signs up over there to alleviate for Hamtramck Market. And Sheba actually requested 2 30-minute parking signs in front of their establishment as well. And we are also doing patron-only parking from about halfway of the park all the way over to Sheba's 30-minute signs to hopefully keep people out of there that aren't patronizing the actual businesses there. We feel there's enough parking elsewhere in the park that a little bit in front won't hurt us. So, but we're gonna see what we can do moving forward. Plus, we obviously have to plan the rest of it. We gotta see what we're going to do from Holbrook North, which is its own issue in itself. So, there'll be a lot of meetings going forward on that. I'm happy to report that we've got a couple new hires getting ready to start real soon in DPW. We still are looking for another one at a minimum. The police department just hired 1 full-timer and a reservist and a dispatcher. Fire department just hired a couple. They're about to hire another one here in short order. In regards to Councilman Samiri's question about the tax, there are some things that can be done, but most of it is based upon the actual value of the property and the millage rate of the local community. I don't know what the millage rates are for all the various communities around Metro Detroit. Some are higher, some are lower, but based upon whatever the actual values of the house are, is times by that, and that's what the property taxes are. There is some wiggle room, as we know, with that, because our assessor can tighten his belt a little bit to try and help, which we do for some of our residents that have the absorbent bills. And in addition, there are poverty exemptions as well for low-income residents that have that issue. But unfortunately, some of that builds a $600,000 house probably is not gonna qualify for poverty exemption. But we're aware, any ability we have to do anything, any ability we have to navigate people through it, we do. We do the best we can with the tools we have. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I have the controller's name there. Is there a
He's here, uploaded for your view is the actual, the budget, which we actually went over earlier.
Yeah, it's basically the February monthly report and the overtime report for the month of February.
Oh, we'll go over them. Thank
We
you.
also have a closed session.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, but before that, we have the public comments.
And just to note, we do anticipate coming back out, hopefully, to vote.
All right, so do we have
Thank
any
you, Mr.
comments?
Mayor. Ms. Lindsay? 2 minutes on agenda items.
I'll be super quick. I just want to congratulate Jamal on your addition. Enjoy your summer. That's it. But I addressed it to Mayor. Sorry, I violated.
Lynn, bless you.
Don't hang up on me.
Since Rafai missing and he say you're replacing always his part, so he can have his chocolate.
Mr. Billmeyer? On agenda items, please.
Okay, I don't know, we talked about this, I don't know if it's an agenda item, but I mean, we talked about
You got the agenda in your
the
hand.
Greenway, I mean,
It's not on the agenda.
okay, what about, okay, I just want to tell you, there's a group in Royal Oak who worked on the meters, an activist group who are opposed
That's
to
not on the
this.
agenda either.
You can talk to them, and they know a lot about how to fight this, thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Meyer.
Thank you.
That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we have a closed session. Thank you, everyone,
Thank you.
for showing up.
Can we motion to close session, please?
I'll motion to close the session for.
Second,
Second.
anyone?
Second.
Okay.
You mean to open?
6:54.
Yeah, yeah.